New York City, something strange is happening tonight. This city is infected. Fear, noise. This isn't just a podcast, it's a transmission.
Hello people here, this Punkin'Head Podcast here. I'm here to talk about my favorite thing I done in March of this year. I went to MegaCon and I met my all-time hero idol, John Cena. How you doing?
How are you, my friend?
Good.
Got it.
My dad says you're a good man and thank you.
Is there anything you'd like me to sign? Sure. Yeah, no problem. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You inspired me and you're my third and you're number one.
Thank you so much.
Number two.
Also another good one.
Yeah.
Also another good one.
Where you can't see me. I did the Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect podcast memory, and I met him, and he went into a room with 1,000 friends and gave 100 people an hour and a half to answer questions. I know I was the last one to answer a question, and I gave him my podcast memory of all time, my question.
This was, oh my God! No, I'm kidding. All right on. Excellent. Yeah, the Hustle Loyalty Podcast. You know what? I will absolutely okay that. Approved.
Where I said, John, I want to thank you so much for all the hospitality and memories you gave us in WE. I asked him that, and he said that he would like to be a part of my podcast episode in the near future. And I have to say, if he comes on my show, I would ask him 3 questions. Question 1, who's your favorite wrestler and why did you like him? Question 2 is, what was your favorite match in WWE you had? And option 3, if you became a heel without The Rock in your sideline, what would you do to close out WWE as a heel turn? That was my 3 questions I was supposed to ask him at MegaCon, but I forgot. What was my mind at meeting John Cena before I met him? I was locked, loaded, and ready to go. And I was hyped because my cousin Sean, who's a big guy who used to work at a company in New York City, and he told me that John Cena is the #1 guy in the world who does the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Disney. And he blew my mind away. That's why I love John Cena for all time. The first thing he said to me is, you came up with that podcast name all by yourself, and it took so long to get it hyped. And he asked the guy right next to him, did you say the podcast name is Punkin'Head Podcast? And I said, yes. But first he said, is the show called Pumpkins and Podcast? I said, no, it's called Punkin'Head Podcast. And I have to say, John Cena is still the #1 wrestler in the world who I love. The moment lived up to the hype because he blew my mind away with all the freaking great matches he's done in WWE. Why is Cena the greatest of all time? He's the GOAT. And the GOAT means standing for greatest of all time. And he's the only one person who does Disney Make-A-Wish Foundation and go visit kids in the hospital if they're sick. And if they're sick and if they're dying, Cena will go there and spend more time with them. That's why he is my favorite wrestler of all time at WWE. If I could ask him one real question, and what would it be? I would ask him, what was your favorite match with AJ Styles? Or any other match in WWE, and why? I would say my favorite match with John Cena is Randy Orton versus John Cena for both Undisputed and World Heavyweight Championship in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And I have to say, it's fire. He's the man. My top 5 John Cena moments of all time is the 3 matches with AJ Styles, the cash-ins with CM Punk, and Jeff Hardy versus John Cena versus Triple H at at Elimination Chamber. And my all-time favorite moment is John Cena losing to The Undertaker. And the biggest and brightest moment of all time is John Cena versus, yes, Daniel Bryan in a tables, ladders, and chair match. And then John Cena winning Money in the Bank is my favorite all-time match. That's my top 5 moments of WWE.
Right, that's pretty awesome, right? That's really cool. And it looked like you are John Cena from head to toe, right?
I am a John Cena fanatic fan, and I have to say, he inspired me growing up. And I also got a signed autograph from John Cena, where I have to tell you that he's the number 1 man in the world to sign my jersey, ask me so many questions, and gave me a hug and a high five. And my favorite John Cena movie of all time is Fast and the Furious, where I cannot wait to see if John Cena is in the final Fast and the Furious movie of all time in 2028.
That's pretty cool. All right, so it sounds like you had an amazing time meeting your GOAT, right? The himself, John Cena, right? Is there any final words you want to leave with your fans?
Please go and meet John Cena. He would change your life in so many ways. He is the number 1 nicest wrestler in the world. He's better than any other wrestler who's an actually asshole in the world. But he would change your life. He inspired so many people. He inspired me. And he changed my life growing up to watching him in WWE. But my favorite match of all time with John Cena has to have been John Cena versus Dave Bautista in WWE. I would say I almost cried meeting him. He is such a nice guy. And hopefully he's going to be there in October when I do Comic-Con. But he's going to be there in August or June doing Fanatics event for WWE, where I might just go and join him, go meet him again. Peace out. Hopefully you guys are having fun. It's Punkin'Head Podcast saying I'll see you on the next episode. And you can see me!
BS University, there's a course on fucking honest. I just want to say it took a lot of courage to say what you said, and thanks so much, especially for being so vulnerable in front of so many. And thanks for that.
I wrote something for you. I want to say thank you for all the incredible memories you've given us in WWE and in your movies. You inspired so many people, including me, and you truly changed my life growing up watching you. I'm really excited to see you in the final Fast and Furious movie. I actually host a show called the Punkin'Head Podcast, and it would be amazing if you ever consider being a part of it about your WWE and movie journey. Either way, thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you so much. How long have you been doing the show?
This is my 3rd year doing it.
3rd year doing the show?
Yep.
Sorry, my hearing is as bad as my eyesight. Did you say that your name is the name of your show is Pumpkins and Pockets?
No, it's called Punkin'Head Podcast.
Pumpkinhead.
I was just a kid watching Friday night TV, dreaming of the moments that could someday happen to me. Championships and hustle, never backing down. The voice of a generation wearing that crown. Years went flying by like a roller coaster ride. Through the highs and the lows, I kept that dream alive. Then Orlando called my name under convention lights. MegaCon was waiting for the night of my life. Heartbeat racing through the crowd. Thousands of voices, loud and proud. One moment changed everything I knew when I finally stood face to face with you. Whoa, standing in the spotlight, meeting my hero under Orlando like John Cena. You don't know what it means to a kid who grew up chasing impossible dreams. I remember this forever. One photograph, one moment together, from the wrestling ring to memories that won't fade. MegaCon magic, the greatest day I ever made. The cameras flashed, the room stood still. A lifetime dream became real. No championship belt could ever compare to shaking your hand and standing there. You taught me hustle, loyalty, respect, to keep moving forward and never forget. When the world gets heavy and the road gets rough, you showed me how to believe I'm enough. Now every time I look back, I see that moment on the track, a dream that finally came true, standing there with you. Standing in the spotlight, meeting my hero under Orlando lights, John Cena. You don't know what it means to a kid who grew up chasing impossible dreams. I'll remember this forever. One photograph, one moment together. From the wrestling ring to memories that won't fade. MegaCon magic, the greatest day I ever made. From New York nights to Florida skies, I never gave up on what lived inside. The crowd disappeared, time stood still. That moment gave me a different thrill. A dream fulfilled, a story to tell, a memory ringing like a victory bell. No matter where the future goes, this is the chapter everybody knows. Standing in the spotlight, meeting my hero under Orlando lights, John Cena. Thank you for the inspiration, for giving a fan his own celebration. Forever in my memory, a real life moment better than a fantasy. MegaCon Orlando, the dream came alive, and Punkin'Head Podcast is ready to thrive. The champ is here. Yeah. The champ is here. But for one day in Orlando, the fan became part of the story.